Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Monsignor, artist and spiritualist. I come to speak about this internal process of transformation, personal development. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much to subscribe. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and for your donations. If you want a private session, you can send me an email. I'm going to discuss a few ideas, pull a few records, share some visual on some paintings and cosmology paintings and so on. And so I wanted to say that the inner guidance, the call from the heart, is the will of God. The more we listen to this intuition, to what comes from the heart, the more we will be aligned with the will of the Creator. For there are many timelines that are being designed, but the higher timelines are not going to be affected by the lower chaos of the 3D. And do not go back to the 3D. Once you can achieve this elevation, try not to go back. There is this powerful alignment of Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and then there is Mars and Mercury that are also there in the mix, and of course all the other planets. Learn to communicate with the planet, call on them. They're all very, very powerful beings. And do your best to not be affected by this physical matter. Be more in the connection, and the connection to your inner light. Trust the plan of the Creator. Trust yourself that you are being guided. Some of the negative energy that we have to deal with are not part of us. They are part of the collective transmutation. When it's something that is deep and profound that we need to address, that comes from us, it takes a little bit longer to transmute. But sometimes, most of the time, when it comes from the collective, it's like, then it moves, we pass through it and it's gone. It doesn't linger. So it's like, but we need to address all of that, and even those things that come from within, to address it with compassion and forgiveness in relationship to all the traumas and all our past. And it's very important to have compassion for ourselves in relationship to our past, because before the ascension comes, Spirit will remind us of all those things that were not in alignment with with love that we've done. And everybody's done things that is not in harmony with love, that's not in outside of the law, more or less. But it's it's for compassion and forgiveness as well as for others. And so you are forgiven, and then from there we can find holistic healing, from there, because all illness comes from that, and this self-judgment on some higher level. One of the big causes. So we did need to harmonize our chakra, 3 creative chakras that come from the root to the heart, and then the receptive chakra that come from the higher planes, the 3, because the balancing out between the heart and the 3 lower chakra, and the heart and the 3 higher chakras, one at a time, the balancing out of the energy is what can keep our body, the cellular regeneration process, possible. In the Emerald Tablet of Thought, the Master explains this technique. It takes 2 hours a day to align the heart and the 3 lower chakra with the North Star. First the higher chakras, from the heart to the 3, from 1 hour, and then to align the lower chakra for like 1 hour, and that maintains our use, our ability. But that's what it is. I haven't really done so much of that exercise just yet, but I do feel there is this rejuvenation that is going on in many ways. So we do need to harmonize. Clearing our 3 lower chakras and bring them into balance with the 3 higher chakras, and call on the violet flame, and call on the Ascended Master Saint Germain to assist you with your transmutation whenever you need. And to be very it's very important to be devoted, to be very committed to our higher development, to the service of the Creator. For God is not indifferent to what is going on. He's all powerful, nevertheless, but he's not indifferent. Whatever we can do to assist the plan of the earth is in the service, is appreciated by the Creator. God is conscious being, infinitely conscious of all that is, and he's everywhere. And accept yourself as perfectly imperfect, to accept and love yourself with your imperfection. It is important. We have this unique divine perfect nature, and we also have this unique divine quarks and imperfection that we're working through. So just accept yourself and love yourself as much as God loves you, regardless of the situation. It is a challenge, of course. And even when we have to traverse muddy waters, know the difficult time on the emotional level, know that the higher timeline is always protected. If our intention is clear and set on doing the highest good of all, finding this point of freedom and returning to the source, then our destiny is being protected regardless of what we have to go through. Understand there may be some relationship that no longer works, that are no longer a match for the frequency that we are, that will be leaving us naturally. Let them go. For we have this microcosm and there is the macrocosm. Those are concepts that are pretty much that are known. The microcosm is the physical body. The physical body is made of thousands of hundreds of billions of cells. It is a huge organism, and within our physical body there is like the celestial sphere, the cosmic sphere, the earth sphere, and the lower astral. And as we open our third eye, we realize it's like a universe, a whole universe. We all unique universe, and there is a whole universe that is in very much more refined within, and it's like much more beautiful and refined, and it's all very subtle. And there is two doorways. There is the door to the sky. That's a white hole that takes us into this spiral of ascension. Once we open this door to the sky, we can travel in the other realm. And we have a black hole at the very bottom root of our being that we traverse every night. When we go to sleep, we lose consciousness, we traverse it, and then when we re-emerge into this physical body, it's like we re-emerge from that root base. And Pluto is the lord of, it's like a switch. It's like we learn to master the black hole and the white hole on top of ourselves, eventually, de-densifying our body and being in control of our frequency. From an ascended perspective, Pluto is the master of that root base. The navel is ruled by Saturn, the solar plexus is ruled by Jupiter, the heart is ruled by the sun, Chiron rules the fifth chakra. Neptune rules the third eye, and Uranus is the awakener. It rules and there is Mars and Venus, and Mercury is the messenger of the sun. So we have those 10 major planets that are completely in line and associated with our light body. So everything is one and connected. Just a reminder that we do have to tune into this. Eventually we can also ask the angel to do this tuning of our frequency. It's always good to learn to utilize our higher resources. So pay attention to the gentle messages that come from your guides. They're always like and be kind to yourself, regardless, because the wounded ego may try to interfere with the process of the love, of the gentle messages of the soul and the spirit, because it is wounded. So you will react in relationship to some past trauma, or it's like the mental body may have a negative interference in relationship to the love-based, detached way of the soul and spirit. But we need to have compassion for ourselves also, to accept that we're going to traverse all that, and we're going to align, and for others, of course. And do not judge yourself and blame yourself for making mistakes or creating delays. It's part of the process. Not that if we knew better, we would do better. So just go with the flow. Yet try to move as forward as possible. Just follow the flow. We get to learn from every experiences, and some soul connections, deep soul connections. If it's really like negative traumas or whatever, negative people, just let them go back into the dustbin of history and forget about them. Cut all the cords. But when it's a love, when it's a deep connection that's relative to something that is presented as something positive in the future, but that's very karmic for me. It's like a experience. It's very karmic relationship, but it's a promise of something very dharmic. So it's like we have there is some dharmic relationships, so deep soul connection that are full of joy, light, and there is no karma associated to that. But I have this one connection that's like that is a promise of something wonderful, but it's made me suffer a lot. It's like I feel what kind of karma I created with this person for her to inflict on me all this pain and suffering for the past 2 years. But anyway, it's like it's like everything has to be brought into alignment, and then resolution is coming. So have trust in the overall plan of God and the plans of the soul. The plans of the soul are designed in the 8th dimension, with the portal of infinity on the top of the 7th dimension, and we move into collective reality, and that's where we and then they align in the 9th dimension with the will of God, the plan of God, because they have to be aligned. So we learn to travel and be able to utilized to be able to check out what's going on in all those dimensions eventually. So it's very important to laugh, to be creative, and to be playful. The more to be serene rather than agitated, and to be light rather than being too serious. To seek to always find a state of homeostasis where we feel like we're completely content and nothing can be improved, because we know from the contentment and more contentment will come, more the perfection. So personal evolution is the key. And love is the key to personal evolution, rather than fear. Unity is the key rather than separation. There's the two agendas that are opposing themselves. It's all about balance, peace, and harmony, and the state of concordance. For everything, we'll have to concord. And because we are made of every state in the universe, which is made, because God is made of every state, so we are too. And but God is one with the most impure to the most pure. We don't have the courage to be one with all the states, but we still need to concord, to try to blend in, to try to harmonize ourselves with whatever comes into our consciousness comes into, rather than being conflictual with other people. Just find the ascended master attitude to be love, and to respond in the way that whoever you meet, maybe even if it's somebody on the low frequency, you are able to provide something that will assist them to blend in, to be the chameleon maybe. And so, because although the Creator, God, is in all states, there is no place in the universe when you can say He's not there. Maybe if you go to hell, you'll see that you feel like God is not there, but He's there. He's there. It's really hard to reach. That's all. But the more you ascend, the easier it is. His presence becomes evident. But there is no power outside of God, and all the powers outside of God is idolatry. So. And that's the only power. There is no place where you cannot find when you cannot find he, she, the he, she, the father, mother, and the one. It's like they're everywhere present. But they will always present themselves, or he, she, depending on how we choose to perceive. God is beyond gender, but and he's all masculine and all feminine as well. It will always be the most beautiful soul, the most beautiful emotion, the most beautiful energy. Yet no language can ever reveal the truth of God. And even when He comes down, and we have the immense honor and pleasure to receive this divine energy that is always the highest we can conceive. For everybody who's met God in person, we will tell you there is nothing better. And it is just a minuscule descension of who He truly is in truth. For there is always new frequency to discover. So learn to breathe in unity with your Creator, and so there is it's really what we seek is to because to grasp the truth that transcend all times and all spaces, the time of stillness, of eternal stillness. And intention is the key. Even if we don't achieve that, we have the intention of trying. We're trying to do whatever we can to get closer to the source. We need courage, patience, and perseverance. Well, I hope, my friends, this was inspirational. I just wanted to come and say hello. I'm going to sing a song for a few oracles. There is a spirit that comes very much, that came to me last night. I was very, very much connected to him. I think he's looking, we're going to meet eventually. It's not me, it's not an ego thing. It is about the light that I carry. Somebody I'm very connected is the new president of the United States, Mr. Trump. And we'll see what happened. So I'm just supporting him. I'm just assisting in whichever way I can, just supporting with the light. I'm not trying to define policies or anything like that. I'm just bringing. So the card of the day is the Young, the ability to do this will of God, to listen to the guidance and follow that. The higher wisdom is reparation. What we need to understand is the blessings. The benediction, the blessings, the immense miracle that is in the crystallization. What we need to do is imagination, to be creative, and the outcome is justice, is the equitable being, is to be fair, to be balanced. So I'm going to pull a few cards from see what Ganesh has to say. Well, there's going to be justice, going to be restored. It's going to feel nice to feel that justice is finally restored. For it's like the light has had a short hand of the stick when the darkness had the whole stick for a very long time. Just an observation. For millennia of time, it's been really hard to be carrying the torch of light rather than to be in the position of power to where we can actually. We played all the roles. Now we just want to be free. We want to be balanced out. And the observer of the day is oneness. Oneness. All is one and one is all. Like the song says. The higher wisdom is protection. We are being protected, and the higher timelines, the destiny is being protected, and we're protecting also. We are protecting a vision. We are protecting this energy, this frequency. What we need to understand is understanding. Kind of funny. We need to understand understanding. So what we have to do is a positive outlook. So stay very positive. And the outcome is insight. We're going to get a lot more insight, and with this great portal of energy, this alignment that is already in place, that will really much shift all. It's a complete reset that is coming in the next few days. I probably will be returning to talk about it, probably afterwards. And I've shown a few paintings before I went to sing a song, but I saw a chef. Everything, those paintings are not finished, but they're already pretty much the cosmology paintings. And everything is in a mirror effect. It's the new phones, it just give you a mirror effect, so everything is reversed. So this painting is a painting of the grand universe, which represents paradise, the 21 satellites of paradise, the seventh circuit of the central universe. In truth, there is 1 billion perfect world, but I couldn't put a billion. And then there is a 7th super universe of time and space, and then the other galaxies that are not formed in there. So it's like this is not finished, but it's already like the central universe already pretty complete. I still have to work a little bit on the paradise and maybe to work on the super universe. But creating the universes takes time. It's not like a quick thing, like, we're going to create a universe. Well, it's one thought, then when God think it just happen and fold, and it's happening. This is our local universe with its 100 constellation. It will still need some color change, maybe, some little things. And this will be about the 7 great families of spirit beings. There will be the paradise deity, the Father, Son, Spirit, the Supreme, the Ultimate, the Absolute, the Transcendental, the Super-Personal, the Pre-Personal, the Finalitas, the Supreme Spirits, the Trinity Origin Beings, Supreme and Coordinate, the Sons of God, the Family of the Infinite Spirits, the Permanent Resident of the Universe, the Power Center and Energy Controllers, the courtesy colonies, the universe aids, and some unknown, some unclassifiable grouping, and so just those are just the basic. Those will come. Those are like spiritual revelation that were revealed in the Urantia. I've been working on those themes for quite a while, and I'm doing some very small paintings. Well, this one is maybe not quite finished, but it's like there is all kinds of details within those paintings that makes it very, very special. I really love them. Some of them are absolute masterpieces. I got 80 of them right now already. They're really, really wonderful little paintings on paper. I'm going to do them on large canvases soon. And so I'm going to finish with a song and pull out some last oracles. I thank you so very much for your presence and for your support once again. This song is called The Man Who Saw the World. We passed upon the stairs, we spoke of what and when, although I wasn't there. He said I was his friend, which came as a surprise. I spoke into his eyes, I thought you died alone, a long, long time ago. Who knows? Not me. We never lost control. You're face to face with the man who sold the world. Dum, 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 dum. I laughed and shook his hand and made my way back home. I searched for form and land, for years and years I roamed. I gaze a gazeless stare, We walked a million hills, I must have died alone a long, long time ago. Who knows? Not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. Dum 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 dum. Song of David Bowie. Some greetings. It was definitely anachronic. He was very like a star man. He was really the most extraterrestrials of all the rock and roller. It still is, I'm sure. And so to finish, it's like the world of energy. We are really on the world of energy is really the one. We energy come from us always. Energy to become the master of energy, the magician. The highest wisdom is rest, and we have to rest a little bit to be in a receptive mode for this great portal. What we need to understand is determination. What we need to do is optimism. And well, the outcome will be hesitation. So who hesitate too long is lost. So do not hesitate too long. When we stop hesitating, we go through this learning process. We get elevation, and we ascending. It's like this ascension. So do not hesitate too long. Although sometimes we need to wait things out. But let you trust your inner self, trust your inner guidance, and flow with it. It was as the last word. I thank you so very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.